Headline news most affecting Abbotsford this week. AbbyPD asking for help when it comes to a deadly hit and run on Lefeuvre Road. A super drug lab bus taking millions of fentanyl doses off the street. Zellers will return to Abbotsford inside the Hudson's Bay. And Abbotsford Pro golfers are back on the green for the 2023 PGA Tour. Josh will have more in sports. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. It was December the 11th of last year. 38-year-old Mark Ellis of Abbotsford lost his life after he was struck by a 2019 red Dodge Ram pickup truck. He was trying to rescue a dog running along the road. AbbyPD major crime detectives have identified the truck's owner. It's an Abbotsford business, and to date, the business owner is not cooperating with the police investigation. The truck driver and the passenger fled the scene on foot prior to arrival of APD. Major crime detectives believe that both men were attending a party in the area before this collision. Now, Abbotsford police have released a pre-collision video of the suspect vehicle. It is on their social media. Anyone with information is asked to contact Abbey Police. Their phone number is 604-859-5225, or again, just go to their social media. 3 BC men have been charged following the dismantling of a drug super lab by the combined BC RCMP Federal Policing Laboratory Response Team. Now, drug labs were busted in Abbotsford and Surrey. This resulted in the seizure of about 36 pounds of crystal meth, 4 kilograms of pure fentanyl, 700 pounds of marijuana bud, and about $20,000 worth of cash. The bottom line is about 27 million doses of fentanyl were taken off the street. You can almost smell the cafeteria and the hot roast beef sandwiches. Now, the restaurant will probably not be coming with them, but the Hudson's Bay Company announcing 25 new brick and mortar locations across the country for the relaunch of Zellers. Seven Oaks Mall in Abbotsford will be one of them. Now, again, though, this new relaunch with Zellers will be emphasizing e-commerce. So, of course, they have a website, zellers.ca. The National Trust announcing 10 finalists of about 30 shovel-ready applications from across Canada for the next Great Save competition. Out of 10 finalists, 4 heritage sites across BC made the cut. The Duncan train station, the Hope train station, Rossland's Drill Hall, and Abbotsford's Turner House. So there is a public online vote. It starts January the 20th. It runs until February 22nd. The heritage site with the most votes gets the big prize, $50,000 to be used to help save and revitalize heritage places. The winners will be announced February 23rd. The City of Mission is gathering community feedback on their 2023 budget and the next 5-year financial plan from 23 to 2027. Every year, the city's financial plan is updated. It ensures it aligns with the community priorities as Mission is moving to the future. There is a proposed 5.77% property tax increase. That would look at the increase of an average of $219 in municipal taxes and utility levies based on the average residential property assessment. Now, you can comment, and I'm sure you will, on the City of Mission website. And still with Mission, yes, this is a thing. Over the holidays, Mission public work crews discovered that a pair of sweatpants caused a major clog in one of the city's sewers. To end up here, the clothing would have had to been flushed down the toilet. Now, while the team quickly got to work removing the mess and repairing the damage, it was a reminder that there's only certain things that should be flushed down the toilet. This story went viral worldwide, and it is amazing what public work crews have to deal with. Meanwhile, the City of Abbotsford aiming to significantly reduce the amount of contaminated recycling that's collected through the residential curbside pickup program. And the city is promoting a waste sorting guide of what you can and cannot throw into the bin. Now, there remains the issue of everything from paint cans to propane tanks that are dumped into the bins. They do pose a hazard for crews who are sorting. The City of Abbotsford website has all the details. And it's a happy silver anniversary. It is the 25th annual Pacific Agricultural Show, Western Canada's largest, January 26th to the 28th at TradeX in Abbotsford. Bring the family out. They bring back the petting zoo, the face painting, the balloon artists, the vintage farm equipment, the museum, the tractors, and so much more. And it's all included with the price of admission. Now, as always, too, Kubota will be paying for your parking. Coming up in sports with Josh, two very famous golfers out of Abbotsford are back on the tour with the PGA starting in a matter of days.
How's it going, everyone? Josh here with you once again, back with sports. We got a big show for you, including an interview right off the top, so I want to jump right into it. Beginning with the fact that the 2023 schedule for the Agassiz Speedway is now up on their social media for you to look at. The Mel Powers Classic season opener is going to be on May 13th, and I had a chance to speak with Rick Rogers, the VP of the Speedway, on some of the new stuff that's coming up at the season and how they are going to be promoting it. Let's go to that. We are pleased to be joined today by Rick Rogers, the VP of the Agassiz Speedway. Rick, thank you so much for coming in the studio.
You're welcome.
You've got a lot going on. Your new 2023 schedule just dropped for the upcoming season. You can find that on their social media. But I hear you've got some exciting promotional stuff going on to kind of get the word out about this upcoming season. What do you got going on?
Well, the Agassiz Speedway, celebrating its 53rd year this year, is quite an accomplishment. And, you know, our tagline is "The fun starts here at the Agassiz Speedway," and it certainly does. And we're hoping that by us going out and promoting at local venues, and it would get a better fan base for us and get us out there that we're still there.
Absolutely.
And we have been for 53 years.
When you said that tickets are only $15 to get in.
Oh, yeah. Great value. 3.5, 4 hours of entertainment, door-to-door racing, speed, excitement. The facility is beautifully maintained. It's a park-like setting. It's just a great place to be. Our first race starts May the 13th.
Nice.
But in prelude to that, in the off season, my goal is to promote the track.
Absolutely.
And it's cars and its most talented drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. Without the drivers, we don't have anything.
Absolutely.
But last year we approached the Chilliwack Coliseum and the Chilliwack Chiefs.
Yeah.
And as a entry to see if we can get the cars in front of people, and it went out. It was such a perfect working relationship between them.
Yeah.
We worked very well, that they invited us back this year again.
Nice.
So I believe it's January 28th and January 29th, a Saturday and a Sunday.
Perfect.
Back-to-back games.
Nice.
It's kind of a unique situation. The car is actually lifted in by a crane in the back of the building. That's the only way we can
that's a
get
sight
in.
to see.
Oh, it is. It is, especially when it's my car that's going up in the air, right? It's volunteered. The crane is volunteered.
Nice.
You know, terrific people that help us out.
Yeah.
The car goes in. We give out literally hundreds of free tickets, free passes, and children's passes. We give out posters. We're giving out shirts and some jerseys. A lot of swag from some of my sponsors. It's just a terrific time. We encourage the fan base at the arena to come and sit in the car. It's kind of a once in a lifetime deal where you know, get in behind the car, sit in behind the wheel, see what a driver is. Then when the kids or the parents come to the track and the meet and greet, they can actually say, "I've sat in that car, and this is pretty cool." And they have that bonding experience, and it's just a tremendous time.
Well, and you know, like you were saying, you kind of get the experience with it at the hockey game, and then you go to the race, and it's like, I've been there, and then you can go down, you meet some of the stuff going on down in the pit lane, and it's just and $15. I mean, you're not going to find better value out there.
No.
It seems like one of those things where if you try it once, you're probably going to come back.
Another good bonus of the thing is the parking's free. There's you know, it's a $15 entry fee.
Yeah.
3.5 hours of great excitement. The cars crash, and you know, there's some heated exchanges.
Love it.
But it's all part of the experience.
Too, right?
It's all part of the experience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Rick, for coming by.
No
I'm
problem.
super excited about the upcoming year. Please check them out. The Chiefs games, again, that's January 28th and 29th. And looking for a great year on the track.
Just as a bonus deal, hopefully we're going to be doing the same thing at the Abbotsford Canucks.
Oh, now that'd be
soon.
cool.
We're going to be hearing about that within the next few days. So hopefully we'll be able to promote that as well and get that experience out there to the local fan base.
Fabulous.
Okay.
A lot going on, Rick. We'll have you back in the studio to talk about it later, close to the season. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Back to me with the rest of sports. Thanks a lot, Rick, for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Please check out everything happening at the Speedway. He's excited, and I think for good reason. There's a lot to look forward to. All right, let's jump into the rest of sports here today. Abbotsford Pro golfer Adam Hadwin is in California to start his 2023 PGA Tour season this weekend. Adam will make his season debut at the American Express tournament at PGA West in La Quinta, where he has not missed a cut, in 7 starts, including 4 top 6 finishes, a solo second in 2017, and a tie for second in 2019. So he seems to like the course. Fellow Abbotsford native Nick Taylor will also be in the field this week in California. He actually began his 2023 campaign last week with a very strong T7 finish at the Sony Open at the beautiful Wailea Country Club in Honolulu, Hawaii. Wouldn't we all like to be golfing in Hawaii right now? The life of a professional golfer. It's not too shabby. Let's move on here to Leonard Jones with Special Olympics Chilliwack, who has put out a call for basketball coaches in the Valley. This would be a commitment on Thursday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. at 80 Rundle and will run through to about mid-March. So if you're interested and qualified, you can get more information on his Facebook page. Again, that's Leonard Jones's page. Let's go to curling. Last week, we talked about the BC Scotties and the men's curling championships that were held, this past weekend at the Chilliwack Curling Club. This was one of the first major tournaments at the new facility. Team Gauthier from Victoria won the men's titles, and Team Brown from Kamloops won the women's Scotties. Bruce Renwick with the Chilliwack Curling Club hopes that the success of this event draws the attention of larger tournaments like the Briar, with hopes that they may consider coming to Abbotsford or Chilliwack to host sometime in the future. The Abbotsford Panthers advanced to the finals of the Snowball Classic basketball tournament for the first time since 1992, but sadly lost 123-83 to an admittedly very strong Semiahmoo Thunderbirds squad in the 61st championship game last Saturday. This is the first tournament since 2020, as again the past 2 years saw the event canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The last time an Abbotsford-based team won the tournament was in 2010, when Merrick Clausen led the Yale Lions to the title. Sport BC announced the finalist to be celebrated at the upcoming 55th Annual Athlete of the Year Awards, taking place Thursday, March 9th at the Vancouver Convention Centre East. The event will be hosted by CBC's Scott Russell and recognize the province's best in amateur sport, including athletes, coaches, teams, and officials for their outstanding performances in the sport in either 2021 or 2022. Each finalist was nominated by their provincial or multi-sport organization, high school, college, or university. And the selection committee, led by long-serving chair Bernie Pascal, includes a diverse group of highly experienced British Columbia sports leaders and media members, of course. 2 students from Robert Bateman Secondary School right here in Abbotsford are up for awards. Rupinder Johal for wrestling and Logan Thiessen for football. Honestly, whether or not these boys win, that's a huge achievement for you guys, so congratulations on your nomination. Finally, they were founded in 1926, first took to court in 1927, and remain a fan favorite nearly 100 years later. Of course, we're talking about the Harlem Globetrotters, who are in Abbotsford this year for their 2023 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And there are tickets still available coming up on Thursday, January 26th. So head to the Abbotsford Center website to purchase your tickets today. All right, that's all we've got for Sports Today Abbotsford. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week. Now we're going to go to Cari with the weather.
AbbyTV weekend weather with Cari Moore. Now, Cari, it's a mix of sun and cloud, maybe a flurry. That snow line is starting to drop. So what does the 7-day forecast look like?
Thanks, Don. Not much chance of snow at all. There's going to be rain this weekend with highs of 7, lows down to 0, but by the end of the week, look at that. We've got sun, highs of 7, still a little bit low down to 1, but that should be a great week. Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Cari. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Abbotsford and you have a story you think we should know about, send us a note and your pictures and your video to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.